Good morning. This is Margaret from the University of Sewing at the Tailored Fit, and this is Facebook Live on Friday morning. And if you've been joining us for any length of time, Facebook Live on Friday morning is always about Bernina. And today we have some very exciting news. If you didn't know it, it's National Overlocker / Serger Month. And so April is National Overlocker Month, and what that means for you is sales and wonderful prices, and we've got just really great deals for you, and we're going to give you just tons of information all month long on what you do with sergers, how to use them, what's going to be. There's a wonderful sew along I included in an email yesterday on how to sew with your brand new serger. And if you've been looking at the serger overlockers, you know that Bernina has just come out with an air threading one, and they are absolutely amazing. They are by far my very favorite machine, and they're right behind me. So we have the L890. And before this month is over with, and actually on our YouTube station and other places on our videos on Facebook, you will see I've done videos about this machine. I love this machine. It's wonderful. But what I'm going to do next week is I'm going to show you how to create a very simple scarf using this. And it is just wonderful, and you will love it. This is the serger. This is the cover stitch combo machine. This is just the serger on its own. These are both on sale, or excuse me, I just lied. They are not on sale except through, we are going to be doing a virtual event, and they will be on sale in conjunction with the virtual event. So you have to sign up for a virtual event, our virtual overlocker event, to be able to access the sale prices on these two machines. So before we get too much further down the road here, I promise I will give you all the information about that, but you need to let me know what your email is, because I will send you all of the links to get registered for it and everything else, but I need your email address. Sorry, that's the only way we can do it, because you can't participate in our virtual overlocker event unless I have your email address. So give us your email address. You can send it as a private message. That way it's not all over the internet. Just send it to me as a private message, or even call the shop and give us your email, and we'll make sure that you get sent out an email about this. So that event is taking place on Friday, April 16th at 11 o'clock. So we will be talking about this, the virtual overlocker event up until then. So if you, for some reason, don't catch this right away, I'm going to have lots of information on Facebook. We'll have it on our website. You'll have lots of places you can access it, but you can always call us too. Our phone number at the University of Sewing is 812-323-2665. And our website is universityofsewing.com. So let's talk some more about these wonderful machines. This one, as I said, it's an air threader. It is super simple to use. It's got the most unbelievable thing. They've got what's called an expert mode and a assisted mode. And in the assisted mode, it actually walks you through on the computer how to set up this machine for every single stitch on it. And it makes it so easy to use, and it is so wonderful. It's a very solid, wonderful machine in that regard. It's got lots more room than the average serger has ever had right here. And it's got this nice extension table. What I can't show you today, because I've sold out of them, but we've got more on order, is there is even a specific table that Bernina has made for these machines, so that you can set it in that table and have it set up perfectly for your height and when you want to go and sew on it. And so those horn tables are right now on order. They are 20% off for the month of April. You can pre-order one of those. So, and they are made specifically to go with the 850 and the 890. These are set up identically. And so depending on what your interest is, the really nice thing about a cover stitch machine is if you don't know what a cover stitch machine, and a lot of people do not, and you might not need to know what that is, but I'm going to have Dave come over here and take a closer look and see this double set of stitching right here. That is cover stitching. And so what you have on one side is you've got this isn't visible, so I can't show you, but there is this double sets of stitching, and then there's kind of like, it almost looks like a zigzag on the back of it. And then you see this right here. This is done with regular serging, and there's a really interesting technique to get that to happen, the scallops. And so this dress was made by one of our employees, Kayla. And one of the things that you will get at the University of Sewing that I don't think is necessarily available at a lot of places is that my entire staff knows how to make clothes. And so when you are using a cover stitch or a serger, you are typically making clothes, although you can make bags and you can do things with quilting also with them. But if you're interested even slightly about making some clothes for yourself, the really amazing thing is when you sit down at one of these machines, you can create these gorgeous types of things. Like right here, we did a elastic in the, this was done with a chain stitch. And this, if you look on the back here, that is elastic thread on there. And that gathered this up to look like smocking. On the bottom, or excuse me, even up on the top here, we used the rolled hem technique, and this was all done on an L890, and this right here was done with the rolled hem. And look at that beautiful rolled hem and how pretty it finished off this edge. And there was nothing else that we had to do with this. There wasn't any folding or pressing. We just cut it off and we made that beautiful edge. And one of the things that people do not understand is that literally with the L890, you can do an entire garment from beginning to end. You do not need a sewing machine. You can do the whole thing on that machine. Any kind of knit garments, if you're interested in those at all, these are perfect. Now, one of the things that's going to happen with our virtual event is we're going to be including an extra class. We normally do our mastery classes with all of our sewing machine sales, but with the virtual event, one of the bundles I'm going to include is if you decide to buy one of these two machines, we're going to offer you an extra class for free. And it will be a entry-level sewing knits class. So that'll be really wonderful and fun. If you're a little bit hesitant on using knits and you didn't know how to do that, you were going to be so excited. It's so wonderful. We have some wonderful books. Now, there are going to be those of you out there who may own a serger, and that serger is sitting in your closet. That is not doing you any good. You have spent money for a machine and it is in your closet. No, 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 no. We have to get it out of the closet. As long as you have the manual and you have the machine and the parts that came with it, you can set up a class with us, and you can do it one of two ways. We're going to be offering a group class, and that of course will be less expensive because you will be in it with a group of people. And yes, we're socially distancing and wearing masks, but we are going to be starting small classes up, and we're going to offer a serger class for those of you with the serger in the closet. And what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to use your serger so that you can get it out of the closet. And then you can come over here and buy wonderful knits and different clothing patterns, and you'll be able to sew things for yourself. And so that is going to happen. But if you are still feeling like you are really a little bit hesitant on doing a group class, which I can perfectly understand, we will do a one-on-one with you. And of course we wear masks and we socially distance, but you can do a one-on-one class. And all you need to do is call us up and we will happily set you up that class. So let us know if that's what you want to do. Right now I am holding this wonderful book called Serger Essentials. It's by Gail Yellen. And for those of you who've been sewing for any length of time, Gail Yellen is a very, very well-known, very accomplished seamstress. And her specialty has always been serger techniques. So we have her book. We also have one of my favorite teachers, Pamela Leggett. We have a lot of her patterns, and a lot of them are for knits, and she's one of my very favorites. And we have her sewing essentials And this is Serger Techniques. And this, what's nice about this book is that it comes with a video, a DVD. So we have those. And you see right around me all these different clothes. And most of these items are very user-friendly as far as the directions. Some of them are a little more complicated, but the majority are not. For example, this is a very simple garment, and it has just basically, it has 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces in it, not including the binding on the armholes and so forth. The techniques for this are very simple. This jacket right here, again, a very simple pattern, not a lot of pattern pieces to it. It has the addition of sleeves, so it has a little bit more there. All these things can be made using a serger or a serger in conjunction with your sewing machine. Say that maybe you're not quite ready to make the jump to these two wonderful machines. I'm going to tell you though, they are so fun to sew with. You will have a ball. They've really gotten me re-excited about sewing, and I've been sewing for 30 years, and it takes a lot for me to just go off the deep end. They made me go off the deep end. But what I wanted to tell you is we also have some more budget-minded machines. We have these 2 wonderful machines from Bernina. These are both on 20% off, the 460 and the 450. The 460 has the addition of the knee lift that you would be used to with working in your regular Bernina sewing machines. It can do regular serging techniques such as a rolled hem, flat locking, and traditional finishing that you would expect from a serger. But it has the addition of the knee lift. It has the Bernina foot control, which means you can put the needle down into the fabric, so that's kind of neat. But it doesn't do any cover stitching. The 450, it is a more simple version of a serger. It comes with the ability to do rolled hems and flat locking and regular serger techniques, but it does not come with your knee lift. It doesn't have the needle up and down function. And it is a little more pared down, so a bit more budget friendly. Then we have the Bernettes. And of course, Bernetta has always been noted from, it's the Bernina's baby sister. It's made by the same folks design-wise that make Bernina, but they've got this more budget-friendly end of this, and those are for maybe someone who's just really wanting to figure out if they're wanting to get into a serger or a cover stitch machine. We right now in hand have the Bernette Fun Lock 44 and the 48. Now the 44 is just a serger, and it will do your traditional finishing edge. It'll do rolled hems. It'll do flat locking. It's very nice in that it comes with the tools on board, much like your 450 and your 460. Bernina does a really good job with having all the tools on board so that you're not trying to search for everything. There are diagrams for where everything goes. And actually, that price point is actually a little bit wrong because that is at 20% off, and they're now 25% off. So we've got the tools on board. We've got good diagrams. This is a nice, great entry-level machine, and it even has the ability to change the pressure on how hard it's pressing on the fabric, which is very helpful. Remember, whenever you buy a Bernina from us or a Bernette, you do get a class with it to learn how to use it. So the Bernette 48, that it's back here, and I'm going to put that down and hopefully Dave can get in there and show you that one. This machine is for the person who wants a cover stitch combo machine. And so this is set up for either cover stitch or for serging. And so you have that ability to do that. And then this is the this one is pretty amazing. This is the air threading serger that Bernette has come out with. And what is amazing about this machine, first of all, is the price point. At 25% off, this is so affordable. It is under $1,400. It's very, very affordable. Again, you're going to get all your tools on board. It's got the air ports so that you can go ahead and put the air threading through. You've got the ability, of course, to change differential feed and your stitch width, stitch length. It also has the ability to change how hard it's pressing on the fabric. It comes with this nice, wonderful extension table. The other thing that's really nice about this machine is that it has a knee lift. This is amazing. It comes with the full knee lift. It's also got micro tension control, which means if you have problems with your serging stitch, you can adjust it more accurately. I have used sergers since they came into the country back in the 80s. And I also have another employee, Alice, who has worked with sergers for years and years too. And between the two of us, we are able to help you with almost any serger problem you have. And we have the ability to give you wonderful lessons on how to use these. There's specialty feet that you can get with your serger. If you already own a 450 or 460, right now all of the extra feet that you can buy are 20% off. If you've already owned an L890 or an L850, all of the feet for those are 20% off. And those are the extra feet that we have all been looking for. Those have all started to come out. We've got a lot of them in stock, but don't worry, even if they're not in stock, we can order them for you, and we're happy to do that at the sales price. I wanted to point out the patterns behind all of these machines. We've got a large selection of independent pattern companies that do a really good job typically of explaining how to use them. There is a wonderful group of patterns right here from Pamela Leggett. These are all designed for knits. We've got a selection right now of over 52 fabrics from Stoff Knits. Stoff Knits are made in Denmark, and Stoff is a wonderful European company that makes a knit. The ones we carry, the majority of them are a cotton lycra blend, and they don't pill. One of the frustrating things I found over the last few years before I found the Stoff Knits were the fact that when I would go and purchase a knit at one of those stores, you know which ones I'm talking about, I would go home, I would launder it, I would go ahead and make myself a knit top, and within 3 wearings and 3 launderings, the fabric would look like it was old and shabby with pills all over it. And I was so frustrated with that because I had spent good money to make myself something, and then it would end up looking very bad very quickly. Well, I can tell you that I've got several items of clothes that I've made out of my Stoff Knits, and they look like they're brand new. I have washed and washed and washed them, and they still look like they're brand new. So we've got great quality apparel fabrics for those of you who want to try working with these machines and you're maybe not 100% sure how to do that. We've got the good quality materials for you. We have got wonderful machines that will just do great job on sewing your knit products. We also have the lessons for you, and I do want to let you know we are going to be offering some group classes again. They will be coming up soon, but if you aren't on our email list, I can't let you know about it. So make sure, and if you've signed up for our email list and you haven't got an email yet, make sure it's not going into your spam folder, because when we send out emails, we're sending them out for 2,000 and 3,000 people, and sometimes what that does is ends up putting it into your spam folder or your promotions folder. If you go ahead and let your email server know that you don't want them in there, then you can get them, and so you see our emails. I am going to close up with just having Dave go back and look at some of the clothing fabrics, or excuse me, clothing patterns we have, which all of these are great to use with your serger. We would love to put you into a wonderful serger right now. Remember, the the L460 and 450 are 20% off right now. all of the Bernette serger and cover stitch machines are 25% off. All the feet are 20% off. And we're going to be offering some great deals on our L8 series. If you get on our email list, we'll let you know about our virtual events so that you can participate in those amazing prices. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Friday. It's sunny and gorgeous outside, and we look forward to seeing you at our shop sometime soon. This is the University of Sewing at the Tailored Fit in Bloomington, Indiana, and I hope you have a wonderful day.